I really don't know. Like, you got Yoel, what is he, 42 now? He looks like an action figure. This dude, he's running like these 4.40s or whatever his times are. Like, dude's an anomaly, you know? And then you have Robert Whittaker, who's just, he's just a talented guy, man. He's well-rounded. And again, we saw what happened in the first fight. But even then, like, Robert, he had the knee injury. Like, you know, I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was because of what Yoel did or if it was a previous injury or whatever. But we saw what he did to overcome that adversity, you know? And if nothing like that happens, I mean, how do you go against Robert? You know, he's a champ, you know, and he overcame something before. You have Yoel, again, we see how he looks, but he's older now, you know? So it's going to be hard to go against the champion in this fight.
Yeah, nah, Rob all the way. Rob all the way. What he did to Romero on one leg last time is incredible. And Rob's so fit, so strong, so hard to take down. I mean, I've done some training with Rob. It's impossible to keep him on his back. So even if he does get taken down, he's straight back up again and he won't stop, as you saw in the first fight. And Romero, yeah, he can have done all the work he needs to, but at the end of the day, Rob's just a beast. Absolute beast.
I don't know, to be honest with you, because with you all I have same management company, so I guess I'm going to be on his side. So, but definitely it's going to be an interesting fight.
Romero's really super tough, and you know, one thing I've seen about his game is that he's adjusted the fact that he gasses, but the fact that he does gas and it plays in his mind, it does affect his work rate. And Whittaker is a hard worker, so I think that Whittaker's gonna go out there and try to push the pace early and bring Romero out of his comfort zone. Now, the winner of this fight is going to be as if Romero can capitalize early enough and then, you know, give Whittaker some pause, so then he doesn't put the gas on him. If Whittaker is able to just not be fazed by anything early out, then he's gonna put the gas on him, and I see him, you know, winning the fight.
I got to go with my teammate Yoel Romero. He's looked really good in his fight with Rockhold, knocked him out. He's found a patience in his fights, and he has a really good strategy. He knows how to conserve his energy and explode at the right time. So I'm definitely picking Romero to win this and shock the world by knockout.
Robert Whittaker, of course. I'm a big Whittaker fan. I've been a fan of his like a long time, like for years now. I remember we're at UFC Kansas City. He fought Jacare Souza. I like to bring this up every time. I was the only person in our section standing because everybody counted him out. I was like, no, not Rob. And I remember looking back to one of my teammates who were there. He's a big Jacare fan, and he's like, I hate you. He's like, sad.
That's great.
But yeah, I'm definitely going with Rob.
Man, you know, I like both guys, man, and here's what I think. I think that Whittaker is taking some time off. You know, he hasn't been trained like he normally trains. You know, that staph infection is no joke. And Yoel's been a little bit more consistent since he, you know, more than Robert Whittaker has. I think it's going to go to a decision, and I think it can go either way. But I'm just waiting to see how Whittaker bounces back from the staph infection and from taking so much time off. And he also just had a baby, so it's going to be interesting, man. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a split decision. I don't know who, but I think it's going to be a split decision. It's going to come up to whose cardio is better.
Oh, that's going to be tough. You know, I hope Yoel makes weight. You know, that's the first hurdle, right? I know there's a stat out there about fighters not making weight winning more often than not, and you know, I almost feel like he kind of got rewarded. He didn't make weight, you know, but he did win in impressive fashion. So, you know, who am I to judge? I think Whittaker's the faster guy, and I think Yoel did an amazing job in his last couple fights of conserving his energy, bursting when he needed to, and not, you know, blowing his wad early. But I almost think he has to try to push it against Whittaker, because Whittaker's going to be, you know, he's going to be in and out. I think both guys got a lot to prove. I see it going just like the first fight. I see it being 5 rounds, and I see it being Whittaker in the end.
Again, I definitely have to go with the champ. He won for a reason and pushed through a blown knee in like the first round. But obviously Romero didn't take that time, you know, and sit down for anything. He smash Luke Rockhold, who up until then was probably considered the champ in many ways, in many eyes, right? The perennial champ in some capacity. So, you know, Yoel Romero is one of, if not the best wrestlers to ever join in the cage, and potentially one of the best athletes. The man's 40, and I want to look like him when I grow up.
It's going to be a crazy fight, that's for sure. I think everybody knows that. That's obviously why it's the main card. Plus, they're both awesome fighters. But you know, I got to go with my boy Rob. You know, Aussies got to stick together. You know what I mean? But it's going to be. It might go to 5, and if it does, it's going to be a good fight.